The installation of the roller bar assembly has a couple of different options for installation. You can have an end plate on each side of the truck along with your roller bar assembly, or you can have an end plate, a roller bar, and a wind deflector kit, or finally you can have a complete roller bar assembly housing. It's a pre-assembled housing, which we don't have an example of here. Today we're going to be using the end plates, the roller bar, and the wind deflector kit. Okay, so our first step in installing the roller bar assembly is to mount the end plates. And so what I'm going to do is be mounting this end plate on the driver's side, and I want to get it nice and plumb and square to the body of the truck. In this case, it's a belly dump truck. And I also want to keep it, because we're going to add the wind deflector kit, I want to keep the end plate back from the front edge about an inch or so I can mount my wind deflector kit in the front of the end plate. Okay, so we have both of our end plates installed and secured, one on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. They are plumb and square to the body of this trailer. So the next thing is I'm going to install the roller bar. What I'm going to do in this case is simply slide the roller bar through the bearing on the passenger side, and then I'm going to take my shaft, my roller bar shaft, with a sprocket, because this system is a ground level hand crank system, so it's not electric, it has a hand crank. So I'm going to run this through my bearing on this side and into my roller bar. And at this point in time, what I will do is I will secure the set screws, I don't know if you can see those, the set screws on the bearing on the driver's side. I will leave approximately 1/2 inch of the shaft extending beyond the bearing on the passenger side. But on the driver's side, I'm going to leave this loose for the time being, so that when I install the ground level hand crank, I can get my chain nice and plumb between the sprocket on the ground level hand crank and the sprocket on the roller bar. So I'm going to leave this loose for the time being. Also at this time, I'm not going to install my wind deflector kit at this point. My installation for the tarp and everything else, the arms, will be easier if I don't have the wind deflector kit in place. So that will be installed closer to the end of the installation. Okay, as I mentioned, when I install the roller bar, I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch of the shaft extending through past the bearing on the passenger side, and I'm going to tighten my set screws so that the shaft itself is secured and tight. At the installation of the wind deflector kit at this point, we have both of our end plates in place. We actually have installed the complete remainder of the systems, the arms, the tarp, and everything is in place. So the last thing we're going to do is install our wind deflector. This is a 2-piece wind deflector kit, so I'm going to install one side here, install the other side there. I'm going to overlap them and secure them together. What I'm going to do when I install is, to avoid rattling and noises, I'm going to install the wind deflector just inside the end plate, just 1/4 inch or so, enough to give it a gap and not rub on the end plate. So I'm going to get this one installed. I'll do the same on the other side, secure them together, and that will be the installation of our complete end plates, roller bar, and wind deflector kit. So again, I'm Dan Loalbo. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at our website at the address below, or call me directly at 757-615-4379. Thanks.